If a pandemic is declared, wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Try not to touch your eyes, nose, or mouth. Keep a distance of at least 6 feet between yourself and people who are not part of your household. Cover your mouth and nose with a mask while in public. Clean and disinfect high-touch objects and surfaces, doorknobs, handles. Stay at home as much as possible to prevent the spread of the disease. How to prepare yourself for a pandemic. Learn how disease spreads. To help prevent yourself and others, viruses can be spread from person to person, from a non-living object to a person, and by people who are infected but don't have any symptoms. Prepare for the possibility of schools, workplaces, and community centers being closed. Investigate and prepare for virtual coordination for school, work, telework, and social activities. Gather supplies in case you need to stay home for several days or weeks. Supplies may include cleaning, non-perishable foods, prescriptions, and bottled waters. Buy supplies slowly to ensure that everyone has the opportunity to buy what they need. Create an emergency plan so that you and your family know what to do and what you will need in case an outbreak happens. Consider how a pandemic may affect your plans for other emergencies. Review your health insurance policies to understand what they cover, including any telemedicine options. Create a password-protected digital copy of important documents and store them in a safe place. Watch out for scams and frauds. Share accurate information about the disease with friends, family, and people on social media. Sharing bad information about the disease or treatments for the disease may have serious health outcomes. Remember that stigma hurts everyone and can cause discrimination against people, places, or nations. Know that it's normal to feel anxious or stressed. Engage virtually with your community through video and phone calls. Take care of your body and talk to someone if you are feeling upset. Work with your community to talk about the lessons you learned from the pandemic. Decide how you can use these experiences to be more prepared for future pandemics. If people would stop and think for a moment, the COVID pandemic wouldn't be nearly as bad as we're making it out to be. Why? We had lots of warning that it was coming, and there was an end time not that far in the distance, a few weeks, months, or even a few years, but there was an end. So why did everyone suddenly panic and things rushed off the shelf? Toilet paper, as an example, was one of the first things to fly out the door. The COVID disease was not one that caused diarrhea and vomiting. One person panics and grabs what every person can look for that looks big to fill an empty space. They didn't put much thought into it. Others see that things are disappearing and panic sets in and they grab everything they can. If everyone stop and think for a moment and just think, it wouldn't be so desperate. Ask the question, how much of this thing do I use in a month? Look at the crisis. Then maybe just add a bit more for what it is to what you are buying for that time period. Yes, some things won't be as in abundance as they are normally, but you don't suddenly need 5 years of something. This is where food storage actually comes in. Because food storage covers more than food storage, it covers things like toilet paper and medicines and everything else. When the crisis is over and people often want to return what they didn't use, they could be met with a restocking fee or a no return policy. And Most people just expect to be able to return something because they panic and think the store should compensate them for it. And so they get upset when that doesn't work for them. Many incur debts when they panic, and it follows them around for a very long time. Pre-planning would stop this. Build up a little at a time for just a few things. Start with a day or two. Slowly it becomes weeks, then months, then years. So that when something does happen, you are ready. Ask yourself a few questions. Do you live at or above your means? Or do you live below your means? When you do anything, ask yourself, why do I need this? Is there another way that I can do this that would be more economical? Ask yourself, is this a need or a want? It's easy to confuse the two. Why do you think you need the latest gadget? You were fine with what you had before. What is wrong with the one that you have? Why do you need a faster internet? Is it worth the extra price to save a few seconds, or can you save money instead? These are just a few things. Ads are designed to bombard you and make you think that a want is a need, and it isn't. Yes, some programs are needed, but it's not everything. Why an iPhone, not a flip phone? You don't necessarily need to get internet or answer everyone on the phone right away. You're used to instant gratification. It isn't necessary. Any disaster can hit without warning. The coronavirus actually gave warning. Other disasters do not, such as earthquake, tsunami, volcanoes, and more. So, is your transportation uh, fueled up and in good repair, or will you be one of the hundreds in line waiting to get fuel, hoping they have some left when you get there, hoping that you can make it to safety? Everything comes down to planning ahead. Which one of the 10 virgins are you?